Hi, welcome back to the channel. So we bought this collection on Facebook Marketplace. Now this is someone's actual private collection. They've just given up. Some of these are broken, some of these are working, some of them are in really good condition. I roughly know what's there, so I've seen pictures, but obviously we've got time to go through the box now, which is quite exciting. So as I was saying, this is someone's private collection, so I was quite excited to pick this up. Now we've taken the opportunity to film this outside, bearing in mind it's now summer, which is quite nice, and it gives us a little bit more room for everything that's in there. There is quite a lot. So let's start with the first few. Obviously we've got the Sarge Bookend, which is quite common. I've got a few of these. It's quite a nice toy though. Likewise we've got a miniature Rex. Again, I think everybody must have a few of these by now, but nonetheless still quite cool. We've got an RC, which is the smaller one. So this one I assume has some figures there to go with it, but hasn't got anything from what I can see in the picture. But we will have a deeper look in the box, and sort of cheaper branded Toy Story 3 bucket of soldiers. I'm sure there's a Slinky in everything that I buy, but yeah, Slinky toy here, which is quite good shape actually. I mean, it's not the worst one I've ever seen, so yeah, overall quite pleased with that. And just your normal plush, lots of Hugging Bear, which is cool. So this is where I did get a little bit excited. Rather sadly, I don't think it's as much of a success as I thought it was, but this is a Thinkway Sparks. Now I've done a few videos on these before. I've got one in our collection, but it is, as you can see, missing an arm, which is a little bit sad. I was a bit more disappointed with this. So you can see down here the batteries have quite obviously leaked, so I don't know how usable this is ever going to be, but still, what can you do? Very rare toy though. So we've got a Fisher-Price Rex. These weren't very popular. They're very cheap. I mean, you can get these on eBay for sort of £4 or £5 maybe. They're not expensive at all. And a Buzz Lightyear Mr. Potato Head. Again, these aren't very popular. They're still very cheap, and I suppose they look good if you've got nothing like that in your collection. So we've got ourselves another one. So we've got obviously another Buzz Lightyear and a Mrs. Potato Head. Everything's gone a little bit wonky. So yeah, it gives you a bit of an idea. Yeah, they're alright. So this is where I started getting a bit more excited. So we've got a Jessie, which is in pretty good shape actually. It's not terrible. A little bit dirty around the back, but you know, overall, I mean, quite pleased with that. This is where I got very excited. So we've got a collection Buzz. It is missing a visor, but it is the utility belt version. I saw this in the picture. This is what drew me into the whole box almost, you know. I mean, this box was £200, so it was quite a lot of money for what it was, but at the same time I almost think it's worth it. Especially with this in there. I mean, this on its own is probably an £80 toy, so I'm going to get a dome ordered up for it. I'm probably going to do a few videos restoring this one and trying to get it back. It has taken a little bit of battle damage, but I mean, overall I'm quite pleased with that. Mr. Potato Head again, and a Thinkway Woody. This one's actually in quite good order. It looks quite nice. It's actually not damaged or anything, so it does feel a little bit light, so maybe it hasn't got batteries in it, but I mean, I'd say this is probably a newer toy. I don't think it's even been played with, so yeah, happy with that one. So, these Magic 8 balls, I have got a video on these, so that's going to be on the channel if it isn't already, but I've got a few of these. Now, these play Woody sayings every time you sort of pull them. They are made by Mattel. They are quite cheap. Do you know, I've got a couple of these already, but I mean, still, it's quite a cool toy rather. And likewise, we've managed to pick up the Pizza Planet truck. Again, I've got a few of these. I can never part with them. It's a bit of that's a bit of broken there, but I mean, overall, yeah, it does actually rattle a little bit, which is a bit of a shame, but I like these trucks. These have been re-released in the Disney store. These are about £12-15, I believe, so they're not expensive, but these are back on the re-released and back for sale. So if you haven't got one in your collection, honestly, dive out, get one now. They are really good for the money. They're very cheap. So we got another Buzz Lightyear. Now, this is believed to be the Spanish one. I've got to get batteries in him to check, but they did say this was a Spanish Buzz, so it's not too bad. It's a little bit yellowed up on the armour, but, you know, pretty good shape. Quite happy with that. Obviously, we've got a Woody. Mr. Potato Head, sadly, is missing his back. They did say some of these might be a little bit adrift. So this is a collection. Lots of Hugging Bear, which is quite nice. Again, quite in good shape. I don't believe it smells of strawberries anymore, which is a shame. And someone's bought these fairly recently because these are from Toy Story 4. This is obviously a ducky toy, a little plush. Quite nice. Now I feel my luck coming with this, because initially when I saw these online, I didn't think there was going to be two of these in there. I thought it was actually one toy photographed twice in two different photos. But I was actually quite lucky to end up with two of them. They're not in the best of shape. Both are missing their domes. Both have got a little bit of damage on them. But, you know, two Gravity Belt Buzzes. I'm excited about that. That's a win in anybody's book. So now we've got lots of plushes. So we've got our Woodies, we've got Prickle Pants, we've got a Bullseye. This is from Paw Patrol. Nothing to do with Toy Story, so whatever. Same as this. So this is the bigger Rex. These again were made by Mattel, so yeah. And it works, so it's got batteries in them. Again, clean, tidy, very nicely made. I like this. These are good toys. RC's controller. So it's nice to have complete. A pair of feet for one of those. Got a plush toy from one of the aliens. This is such a shame. Now I saw this on there. Now this is a signature collection Jessie. It's literally had its head pulled out, which is a real shame. Now if you're looking at it, the voice box is actually in the head of these. I've done a few of these, so we might do a video restoring this, but the actual voice box there, as you can see, all the wiring goes into it. It's all been ripped out and broken. It's not in the best of shape. All the bits are breaking up, so it's not terrible, but I'm sure we'll be able to do something with it. It is a Thinkway toy. They are quite well made, so even if it doesn't go back together how it originally was set apart, because obviously some of this is actually broken. I've got a few of these in this same way, so I really need to devise a way of resecuring these happily and back to where they should be. Do you know, the collection range I don't think were really designed to be played with as much as maybe they were, because they do fall to bits, which is a bit of a shame. Now we've got 3 different aliens there. Nothing spectacular, just 3 aliens. They're not collection, they're not nothing like that, they're just little displays. finally we got this Peep toy. We're rather sad that it's actually got a hand that's broken. Luckily we do have the hand. It does actually look like we'll be able to reattach that, which is quite nice. They are rotatable. It's just snapped on the plastic rotation section, so I reckon we'll be able to fix that, which is quite nice. This is from Toy Story 4. This isn't an early toy. This is actually like a very late toy, and I'd say overall in very good condition. It's still got the bow and everything still reconnected, and actually on the head and where it should be, so I'm quite happy with that. And yeah, I don't... Oh, there you go.
Oh, you're kidding. I didn't know that.
It's got batteries and everything like that. Sadly it hasn't got staff with it, but you know, I'm going to repair that. That's going to be a nice toy. I like these. I haven't bought one new, so I'm pleased with that. So overall I think we've got some quite nice toys for the money. So when it comes down to it, did we buy right with this one, or was it a bit of a messy? But I think this one we actually won. The last one we bought was a little bit iffy. There was no real value there. Remember, we do still have to spend money to actually buy these, so it's not a case of we're unappreciative or anything like that. You actually physically have to spend the money, and hopefully you're going to get something, at least the value that you expect in return. This was a £200 box. Honestly, I think I've got it. Just with that Sparks, the two buzzes, the gravity belt buzz or utility belt buzz, whatever you want to call them, the signature collection Lotso and the signature collection Jessie, even though her head's fallen off, I still think it's got a value if we can repair it. So I'd say overall there's a lot of toys here that's going to fill in the blanks in our own collection. Yeah, this was a bit of a win. Do you know, I think I'll even be putting these two to good use. My daughter loves Paw Patrol, so even these two are going to go to a new home, which is great. If you're new to the channel and you're liking what you're seeing, please take the time to like and subscribe.